Why, hello! I am back in rainy Virginia to film this episode. Last episode I was in Australia and I am still suffering from a little bit of jet lag, but I'm doing great. This episode we will continue talking about relationships. The last several I talked about the lessons that I've learned in my life, and then I went on into the how healthy boundaries can help and are imperative for healthy relationships. And today I dive a little deeper into looking at who is in your inner circle, who's in your circle of influence, because depending on who that is, we will be allowed to be more of ourselves or less of ourselves. And the world needs more of us, not more of some version of us that we put out in the world because we're trying to look like someone else. So let me dive right into it. Thanks for joining me today. The people around us affect our mental, physical, and emotional health. It is imperative to choose who you have around you. If the state of your mental, physical, and emotional health isn't enough of a motivator to consciously choose who's around you, then look around and listen up. It is your duty as a human on this planet to show up for your life. That is my belief. You are here for a reason, and only you can fulfill that reason, and you can only fulfill that reason by being yourself, not some version of yourself that your mom or your boss wants you to be. The version of yourself that is you. You are not here to be more like someone else. You are not here to be more like your neighbor or the person on the magazine cover or whatever. You are here to be you. Surround yourself with people who support you and encourage you to lean into your true nature. I got into coaching to empower women so that they can thrive in their life. Why? Because I spent so many years doing the opposite, in a state of not thriving. I was surrounded with people who criticized me and who only supported me when I played by their rules. When I showed up as this mini version of me that they wanted me to be, I eroded my confidence. I let myself down daily. I doubted my gifts and I played small. Have you heard of what crabs do when they're placed in a bucket? Love this story. If you put a bunch of crabs in a bucket, they will all coexist peacefully, even if there isn't much room and even if they're hungry. They'll move over to give their crab friends some room. They'll share whatever morsel of food they find. All is good. Until one day, one innocent little crab looks up and thinks, there might be something different out there. And starts to crawl out. What do the other crabs do then? They savagely try to stop that crab. They tear at his limbs. They claw at her eyes. They will literally tear that crab to pieces to keep it from crawling out to experience something different. This is a true story. And it happens all the time around us as humans too. Think of these two examples. Say you work in an office environment where late hours are expected and skipping lunch is normal. One day, you change how you get your work done by changing work habits, and you don't need to skip lunch or stay late anymore. You figured out how to get your work done while also eating your lunches and leaving on time. What do your coworkers do and say? If you're lucky, there will be a few who want to learn your new techniques and follow your lead. Unfortunately, human nature is very crab-like, and most of them will make passive-aggressive comments, talk behind your back, and make sure to point out to your superiors that you're leaving early. Another example, say you're a stay-at-home mom or dad. You've been the head of your kids' PTAs at school and organized every teacher appreciation event since your kid could walk. You've told yourself that if your kids' lunches aren't colorful and balanced, if their beds aren't made, if their hair and school outfits are messy, it's a reflection of you as a parent and you as a person. One day, you wake up tired and cranky, look in the mirror and see the extra weight and sallow skin from years of stress, poor food choices, and depleted sleep, and think, like that little crab, there might be something different out there. There might be a different way to parent. You say no the next time someone asks you to lead something, and you choose to close your child's bedroom door instead of going in to make the bed. You spend time each day doing something that fills your soul, reading, walking, cooking, writing, And you start to do the things that you know make you feel better. Eat some green stuff, turn off the TV, plan your day. You find yourself excited to see your kids after school, and you're energized when your spouse walks in the door. What do your family and friends do and say? Your true supporters will encourage you and are excited for these changes. The others, the majority, will do what the office workers and the crabs in the bucket did. They'll talk about how you're a slacker, how you're selfish, how you must not care about your kids if you give them peanut butter crackers instead of that heart-shaped organic turkey sandwich. In short, they will try to tear off your limbs. I wish this weren't true, but it is. I'm here to encourage you. That's why I'm writing this blog. That's why I do the work I do, is that I'm here to encourage you to be that crab that's crawling out, to seek the light in your life. There is a better way. I know it because I've lived it. My family, my spouse, and many of my friends are still in that bucket of crabs. I wish them well, but I got the hell out. It wasn't easy, but it was worth it. I spent far too many years looking to those crabs for approval, too concerned about what my family members and spouse thought about me instead of giving priority to what I thought about me. No longer. That tears you down and erodes at your confidence when you're looking to someone else to judge how well you're doing as a person. Each day, each and every day of my life is a practice of reflecting on what's in my best interest as a human being, what's in my best interest as a woman, what's in my best interest as a mom and a partner, and then taking action. You got to take the action. Nothing is going to change if we keep doing the same thing. Everyone has their own journey. We will judge others if we're insecure about something within ourselves. It's human nature and crab-like to judge others and resist change. Our brain wants to stay the same. And so our brain looks for excuses to say, oh, look at her, she's so selfish. Okay? I challenge myself and I challenge you to note when you are judging another person and use this opportunity when you're judging as a little gift of knowledge, as something you can work on yourself on, because it's all about you. Okay? When we're judging someone else, it's something we're insecure about within ourselves. Be aware of when you're the one with the crab mindset. All right? I also want you to be aware of when others around you have the crab mindset. There are so many reasons we tell ourselves why we don't want to lose people in our lives. We don't want to be lonely. We don't want to be excluded, or we don't want to disappoint or upset other people. But if we're not willing to lose people who aren't supporting us or who have the crab mentality, we are losing ourselves. We are not living up to our potential. We're letting ourselves down, and we're not fulfilling our role here as humans on the earth. Imagine the possibility of only being around people who support, love, inspire, or challenge you to be that next amazingly awesome version of yourself. It is the life I choose to live now. It has taken me time, but it allows me to live my days being the best me that I can be. It allows me to support those around me who might want to see things in a different way. As a mom, it sets the example that, yeah, kids, life is not easy. It's not easy to get here, but it's doable. We're designed for discomfort. We're designed for this challenge. It's through these challenges, it's through the climb out of the bucket, it's through the discomfort that we grow. And so seek that light, my warriors, okay? It's through our climb out of the bucket that we get stronger. And though it might be treacherous, it is worth every frigging inch of that climb. Go out and get them this week. Who is in your circle of influence? Bye.